A very good morning to Dr. Sujat Al-Azad. My name is Daniel Philip Jeluting, metric number BS221605541. So in my mini project today, I will be discussing about the data that has been selected by me, which is the genetics and biotechnology in aquaculture, reversionalizing seafood production. So in actuality, my title is actually referring about the usage of modern technology in order to improve the farm species that we know and before, such as fish, shrimp, and shellfishes. So this is by exploring their DNA, by selectively breeding the species between them, and using the biotechnology tools in order to have them better growth rate, better health, and better survivability overall. So in spirit of that, the impact of the modern biotechnology is actually about improving their modern traditional compared to the traditional method of seafood production. So in this method, the modern one is actually more productive by producing more seafood, which minimal use of resources, and it is very safe for the environment. So the issues that is being addressed in this study is that one of the biggest challenges is in aquaculture is definitely about the disease outbreak. Nowadays, the disease is very detrimental towards this growth rate of the species, because if one infection can get out in our fish farm and many other places, it can actually wipe out the entire population in a matter of time only. So this can cause many economic losses. So in the sense of solving this problem, traditionally many antibiotics were used, but the problem with antibiotics that somehow the fishes will get more resistant towards the antibiotics, which leads to the less effectiveness of the antibiotics. Another issue that we are going to be discussing about is the slow growth rate and the inefficient use of the feed. So that we know that the feed is like 70% of the cost of our aquaculture in a farm. So it is very expensive. So if we have the feed with low FCR rate, definitely they're going to eat more, but they have slower growth rate. So this is not good for our business. And finally, we have the problem about the environmental stress. Nowadays, the earth is changing, everything is going to be down, especially the temperature, the rising temperature, the rising water level, the poor water quality, which makes most of the species harder to survive in their own home, which is the water that they live in, especially in intense water farming system. So in the spirit of solving this problem, many different researches were made, especially on biotechnology, to solve this problem, mainly focusing on the genetics and how the biotechnology can offer different solutions towards this problem. So generally, the genetics is allowing scientists to selectively breed the species of the fish and shrimp and the shellfish or whatever species they want in order for them to grow faster, to have a better FCR rate, and survive under different situations, especially under stressful condition. And over time, if these selected species can improve, then the farmers can also improve their productivity, which leads to more seafood production by using less metrics of resources. And in biotechnology, they can identify different genes linked to the immunity, and breeders can select these links to produce stocks that are generally more resistant towards the common diseases that we know. So this can actually reduce their reliability on the antibiotics and overall improve their health and the general farm biosecurity. More advanced tools in biotechnology, such as the CRISPR method and many more, and the general AI method, they're going to be used in order for them to help them towards the problem of biosecurity, especially early health issues, early disease management, early disease detection, even before the symptoms appear. So this kind of detection in early stages is very important for them in order for them to have fast response, have better management, and less spread of the disease, and which can lead to fewer losses of the farmers. In some cases, like I mentioned just now, the CRISPR method, they are being further explored and researched for them to be more on the growth rate and disease resistant in the future. So what do we know about the future of our aquaculture going forward? So in our aquaculture, is in its core is about the genetics, and biotechnology is very important for them, especially for us, our aquaculture farmers. It's not about replacing the nature, the thing that is surrounding us. It's not about that. It's about how we can improve more on on the nature, intelligently use the materials given to us. In this case, it's about the genetics, and by producing better seafood with fewer chemicals, it's very detrimental towards the production of a good aquaculture. So biotechnology is actually supporting towards a more sustainable food system, so that one can feed their future generation without destroying the nature. So in conclusion, the genetics and biotechnology are revolutionizing the seafood production in our world by addressing the key issues like that I have mentioned just now, which is the growth rate, the disease, and the environmental status. So whenever all of these issues are prevented and solved accordingly, we can have a proper solution towards the farmers, consumers, and many environmental alike. That is all from me. Thank you very much.